Good morning. Let's take a farm tour. There are 100... Oh, hello, Squirt. Yeah? There are 100 plus muscadine vines out there. Aged vines. They're over 20 years. Please ignore our grass. There is tons of clover in it, and the horses are loving it, and the bees are loving it, so we let it go until we get to it. So we're perfectly fine with that. We're not tidy. Here are some seeds I started. They are mostly dye plants, but some of them are herbs, yarrow. There's a yellow yarrow in there, a ground cherry, which I love ground cherries. I discovered them last year. In this bed, all of our beds are going to flux throughout the year. I'm trying to do the Charles Downing and Hugh Richards way of doing stuff with the soil and keeping it covered and keeping it busy. So in this bed, I've got peppers and sunflowers and safflower, which I'm trying to grow this year. These are Maximilian sunflowers. They're pretty darn cool. We didn't plant them, but they're beautiful. They don't really serve a purpose, but other than aesthetics, but they are pretty. That bed is an herb bed. Pansies are killing it. It's the end of pansy season though, so pretty soon I'm going to have to replace them. That bed is peppers and thyme and bee balm in that one. That is a copper pot poppy, and I love it. It volunteered, and it's a great dye plant, so it can stay. That bed is a bunch of calendula that self-seeded, a bunch of cosmos that self-seeded, and on the front are some cool colossal radishes my friend Deb gave me. These are Coreopsis. That's a great dye plant. This bed is borage and fennel, mostly. There is a volunteer arugula that came up, and I let this thing seeds like wildfire, and it comes up all over the place now, and I love it, because I love arugula. Arugula is a lot tougher than a lot of people like, but I'm a huge fan of arugula. Okay, my rosemary, looking fantastic. Those are all hazelnuts, and they produce really well every year. I haven't done anything with them yet other than, wow, that's cool, let's shell them and do nothing with them. That's pretty much where we're at. These are all catmints for our kikis. That sage overwintered wonderfully. This bed is tomatoes mostly. These are carrots though. I did clear all that. But mostly this is going to be tomato plants. And we have this, insane system built to keep them secured so that they're growing up high and we can get in between them and clean them out because they're always, they blight a lot. This bed is going to be, that whole back is Cherokee purple beans. This on the front here is leeks I started this year, and you can't see them in all the straw, but that is tomato plants in there. So we try to keep the ground covered. I'm doing that whole thing, so all this heavy straw, it keeps the weeds down, it keeps the soil moist, and so working on that. This is kind of our, ignore the trash, this is our composty area we're starting. That last bin is our first compost bin, and it's about halfway full. And those are, Brent chipped them. When I pruned the muscadine vines, he chipped them into mulch, so that's going to be a really cool way to recycle thing on the farm. Let's go see the chickens. These are Brent's, this here is Brent's circus and Brent's monkeys, but I do help. Hi. Oh, goodness. Oh, ducks. Oh, geez. So this is where the babies will stay until they're not babies anymore. But the coop itself is pretty spacious. And out back here is where Brent's putting the fence in. Can we all just give that man a shout out? Because he's working all the time and he's installing all this when he's not working. So that'll be our chicken run. This is actually a kiln which was used for wood drying. It's moving. It's not going to stay here. But then it's going to be used to dry herbs. So it doesn't quite do the job for wood that Brent needs. Good morning, Notorious Big. Okay, this is succulent stone crop. That's edible. I'm not going to tell you it's delicious, but it's edible. This is all going to be dye and herbs. All right, yarrow, chicory. We have a lot of yarrow. If anybody wants yarrow, come get some. But I am going to dry it this year and sell it. Good morning, kudzu. This plant is awesome. This is a Dyer's chamomile, and it makes yellow dye, and it makes beautiful yellow eco prints, and it has just taken over the world over here, and I'm so thankful. That is, you can't see it yet, but that's actually Japanese indigo, and it's going to come up in force, and it's a great dye plant. It's one of the few ways you can actually get blue in nature. This is our food forest, and let's see. Apple trees, blueberries, annoying ponies. Good morning! I love this bed. This bed actually got trampled the other day. Thank you. It's him. It was him. This is Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes, and they are a fabulous starch. Another invasive plant that's edible, so love that. And they overwinter well. You don't even have to store them. They just stay in the ground, and you come pick them as you need them, so that's cool. Out there we also have blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. I'm letting my collards go to flower because the bees love it. Brent's doing potatoes, container potatoes this year, which we've never tried. And this is an allium bed, French gray shallots and walking Egyptian onions. That's our strawberry bed. And that's our greenhouse, which is nice to have over the winter. It's a little bit too hot for much in the summer, but... And these are some more grow beds. These two will flux a lot throughout the season. Right now they have cool weather crops in them, but pretty soon they're going to have to get the annuals and other vegetables that are heat lovers. And this is our classroom. It's coming along, but unfortunately Brent's dad passed away unexpectedly in February, and so they had to take a trip, and a funeral trip, and his dad worked with him, so all the jobs that Brent has bidded, it's kind of slowed him down because he's doing them himself. So we'll get to it when we get to it. Anyway, this is the classroom, or it's going to be the classroom. It won't have a bobcat in it. My friend Bettina across the street gave us this sewing machine that she was cleaning out her basement, and it was down there. So I don't know. It's not going to be useful, but we're going to do something fun with it as part of the classroom. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you today. We're just steadily working on one project at a time. I always say there's only so much money and so much time in 1 month, and when we're out of that, we got to regroup. So I do plan this year to do... I did okay last year preserving stuff, but I could have done better. There's definitely room for improvement. And so this year my goal is to use more, bag more, store more, sell more. So I want to have plenty of stuff to take to these farmers markets when we get started. Anyway, I hope that you have a fabulous day. Again, if anybody wants any yarrow, come get it. I got plenty. Or, anything else that I've got plenty of, you're welcome to. So, have a fabulous day and a fabulous week ahead.